That. What a bunch of handsome guys. Good Lord. Let me put the phone down. Phone is down.
No, it's not in your hand.
Well, you know what thanks. Jesus, you're going to start early, aren't you?
Yeah,
anyways.
I'm being literal. What do you want?
Listen here, literal Lucy. Calm the hell down. Everybody, hello, and hello. Hello. Hallelujah. I had to. What's up, man? You look down. Are you okay?
No.
You happy? You're excited? You're here?
I'm in lower.
You want to take off? You want somebody not tickle you right or something? No. Okay.
He's got lower back pain.
Lower back pains. Listen, let's begin with this. Everybody, this is us. This is us right here, and that's it.
Have you ever seen that show?
Thank you and goodbye. That was
Lower
it. This is us. Goodbye.
No, this is us.
I've seen it. Not into it.
No,
Not into it. The weird transitions, past, present, future, whatever. No, I'm not there. My acid trips, very similar to that stuff.
Still see trails, do you?
To this day. Everybody.
You crack your neck just right.
Woo!
Mr. Trail Seeker himself right here. This is the main man from CIA corporate headquarters. Under, not even under, but under Hangar 18, Mike the Man Striegel.
Would you bury me there?
There's under levels. There's like,
sub basement.
Yeah, what he's
We call it Medicine Mike.
Medicine Mike. That's the other medicine. That's the other Mike.
Yeah.
Looking to go to a good specialist and a good doctor because of his bad back. This is the Irish Stallion. He is the guy who did the 1 2 cha cha 1 2. No. This is Seamus Tolle.
I have done the horizontal horror a couple times though.
Horizontal horror. Is that what y'all are calling it now?
The naked two.
It was a horizontal mambo. It was like that.
Yeah, that's what it used to
The naked two-step.
Yeah.
Jesus, God help us all. Yours truly, of course, wearing a fabulous. Look at this. It's just fabulous, darling. It's an amazing. It's camel's hair. Many camels died for their hair.
No, they didn't. They were just brushed.
I'm not going to ask where said hair has come from to make that jacket.
It came from a camel. There was camels.
No, he's talking about which section of the camel.
Oh, I don't want to know either. But I will say that support your local Goodwill, guys. This was like $6. $6 at Goodwill. I mean, I'm like a dieharder. I hugged people when I found this. I was like,
I hope you showered first.
Well, I did. I saw her and I go, oh my God, do you know what this is? And she's like, no, what is it? It's a jacket. I go, no, it's camel's hair. And I said, I need to hug you. She was like,
did she call the cops?
She called one of the guys from the back and says, hey, this guy's trying to do
What's so important about camel hair?
I don't know. It just feels nice. It's great. It's like apparently like a luxurious type of thing. I don't know. Doesn't it feel nice? You can touch it if you want. You can touch it. Anyways, and
that sounds like a bad euphemism.
It could be.
Euphas and misms are here. Let's see who else we got. Michael Carter and of course Adam, the main man himself, is there watching. I'm super duper excited. Tonight we got a stupid awesome show, and I have to use it like that because it's just. I mean, it's going to be fantastic. It's going to be amazing.
Are you sure?
I know you already started. I haven't even started, but this is the excitement. It is palpable.
Okay, waiting on you.
Well, hold on. I'm getting there. I got a great guy on standby right now. I hope I sent out the right link to the right man. I got 2 dudes, not one, but 2. What is it? This is 4. I got 2 dudes. I know. 1 and 2. One is Mr. Robert Wright, the owner of Pura Cigars, and I think he's going to be joining us as soon as he can. He's downloading the Chrome and getting Chrome on his car, something or other. You guys know I'm not techie. I have no idea what that means. But I got also Bugsy Segal, a real name. Bugsy Segal, no mafia ties that I know of.
Yeah.
Well, he's not going to admit
We may have to ask this. I'm about to bring in Bugsy right now. I think it's exciting. Bugsy, I'm not going to wait no more. You look like you are ready for this. And I think the world is now ready for you. There he is, everybody. Bugsy Segal, everybody. Yeah. Woo. No mafia ties, right? No mafia ties.
Oh, none that I'm going to admit to.
I
told you.
I love this guy. Bugsy, first and foremost, as I said earlier, Irish boy, true and true right here. Irish, German, and Cuban. That's a weird, bad joke. But what's your background, big guy? I mean, tell me, who is Bugsy?
Russian.
Tovarish and Perestroika
Don't even
and
try.
I'm not gonna go there. I have no idea, dude. You know.
You're gonna offend the man. We
Well,
just
no.
met him.
Well, you know, I'm not. Bugsy's a good kid. He's not gonna get offended. Bugsy, you got a little bit of tough skin, don't you?
Oh, tougher than you can imagine.
That mama. And I believe we just got Roberto El Derecho in Spanish, which again, for the Cubanology people out there, I gotta say it like that. Mr. Robert Wright about to join us right now. Super duper
Yes.
excited.
My
There
man.
he
How
is.
you doing?
My
Robert,
man.
what's going on? Welcome, man. This is exciting. I just found out Bugsy Segal with a mafia name like that is Russian. I love it.
Right.
There's a
Hey,
Russian
that's
mafia.
even
I didn't know that.
That's
Robert, I'm getting you a little choppy.
Are you
Either
really?
do you have a mic that's close to you, or do you want to maybe use an earbud and mic system?
Yeah,
We'll wait. Get comfortable, man. Do your thing.
let's try this.
Jesus, that's a handsome-looking guy. I thought I was looking at Samuel L. Jackson there. It's like, damn,
His stunt double at least.
Rob, Robert, you handsome. Holy shucks. Tell you what. Hey, Bugsy, you didn't say you work with Samuel L.
I didn't want to take the attention away from me.
Jesus, man, I'll tell you what. Listen,
Can you hear me
these
better
boys-
now?
Oh, I can hear you just fine. Like I said, we're in the presence of the stunt double for Samuel L. Jackson, I'm assuming.
No,
Let me go
man.
ahead. Listen,
Hey,
The
thanks for
cigar
having me
double.
on the show, Duncan. I appreciate it.
no, sir. No thanks are needed. We are thanking you for being here. The boys couldn't even wait. They just dove right into it. They cut their cigars.
yeah?
They lit their cigars. I'm running late as always.
Well, you're gonna be late for your own funeral.
Man, everybody exactly. Everybody does. I'll run late for my funeral, but it's okay. I can run late for that. Okay,
Well,
I'm gonna say
I
it like this,
apologize.
guys.
I apologize
Go ahead.
for
What
the
you doing? This is your show.
technical difficulties. Yeah, because I couldn't get on. I had to download some kind of new Google something or the other. I got a Mac, but apparently it needs updating. So I said, you know what? Let me stop trying to get it to work on the Mac, and I just pulled out my iPad, and voila, here we go.
Hey, whatever works.
Yep.
Listen, and by we I mean the whole world knows I am about as technical as a chunk of stone that you trip over and fall on the road. To even have gotten so far to where we are at right now, that we do what we do on the level that we do it. 2 years of like, oh God, did we even start the show? Oh my God, is the sound? I mean, you'd be surprised the stuff that we have dealt with,
It
man.
was fun.
A year ago, he was working on the wheel.
Yeah, I mean, literally, I'm still working on it. I haven't even found out. So, Bugsy, what's going on, man? I see you there. What's happening, Bugsy? Are you the power behind the throne? Who is Bugsy Segal? I was asking. I'm gonna get to you, Robert. But
Okay.
Bugsy is an interesting guy, man. I talked to him today. I liked him. You don't even look your age. What the hell? You said 62? I thought you were like in your 40s.
Going on
60.
64.
64.
And
Not
see,
yet.
that's what happens when you smoke Purasols.
That's right.
That's you know.
That's what I was gonna say.
Yeah.
I'm sold on it. Listen,
That's a
man.
great endorsement right there.
Wow.
I'll be,
So,
I'll be 62 on Wednesday.
Bugsy,
Oh, man.
how did you meet that young man right there? How did you meet Robert Wright?
Robert would come up every year and do an event at one of the places that I smoke at, and he'd play a cigar, and then between sets, he'd talk to people. And I'd been a fan of Purasol for probably about 4 or 5 years, and always, over the years got to know Robert, and we just pretty much hit it off since day one. But here we are 5 years later or 4 years later, and he said, hey, can you help me get some distribution up there? And I said, absolutely.
So, Robert, same question. Did you only know Bugsy through these events that you do? Had you been doing distribution elsewhere, but then you said, man, I got this guy. He's a gem of a dude. What happened? I mean, this is Bugsy's side, but now I want to know, how are you distributing? Where are you at? Is Bugsy your main man? Tell me.
Well, I met Bugsy up in New England. I started the company in 2000 and around 13 or so, and I'm based out of New York. So when I decided to go out on my own, I had to kind of etch out a little in regards to covering and coverage.
Okay.
So I said, well, let me do New England down to, say, Maryland, which was, basically by myself. And so I would go up because I had good relationships in the industry. So I knew, Eric, who owns Castro's, and Dave Garofalo, who owns Two Guys. So I would take my business and start with people that I knew. Bugsy, I used to see, he would attend my events, and he would say hello. I'll say hello, and we really never spoke that much. But I knew he always seemed to show up at the events. And one day we kind of, spent a little more time conversating, and I found out that he's a big fan of the Pura Soul cigars, and he's been literally at damn near all the events that I did in New England. And one thing led to another. He said he just retired, and if I needed some help in that area, that he'll be willing to to do it. So I said, man, absolutely. And that's basically how we started. Bugs, about going on 2 years now, right? Year and a half, 2 years.
Yeah, about 2 years.
Well, I'll tell you what, guys. When I have invites of again your caliber and your magnitude, I gotta make notes. I gotta get notes in so I can know what to ask. And usually the first things I'm always asking is again, who are you, where are you from, and whatnot. And I like the fact of the matter that what apparently started off, if I'm not mistaken, from what I've gotten here, is as, hey, we're meeting at this event, and small conversation has not only blossomed into a friendship, but a fantastic business relationship that has really helped to establish Pura Soul in a beautiful region. Because now, Bugsy, you're based out of where?
Manchester, New Hampshire.
New Hampshire. So pretty much you got that region up there. Your people. You're placing them. You're working that region. Robert, where are you based out of?
I'm in New York.
Okay, so you're in New York,
right?
Now, are you also in New York? Again, in your inimitable way, are you capitalizing on that, or is New York one of these and I want to say tobacco battleground states because taxes are so high? Are you finding problems? Like maybe New York is not where I want to start, and are you looking elsewhere because maybe flexibilities, or are you in New York spread out?
Oh no, I have distribution in about 230 plus locations, mainly in the Northeast, which is the target area that I was focusing on. I'm not trying to be a rock star in the industry. I've been around for a while. I had to make a decision based on the capital, or the starting capital I had to work with, which is basically all on my own. So why thin myself out trying to gain distribution, further west and further south, that entails, air flight and hotels.
The logistics of that are also tremendously expensive.
Exactly. So it's very difficult to grow a brand without having that, that extra capital that is going to cover those kinds of expenses. Because what that travel does, it takes away from your profit margin. So I had to say, well, how can I reduce my travel expenses? And the most logical answer is to drive. So, if I can drive to the location, north and south and west, that's the area that I've been focusing on. And I believe that things can happen organically. It might be a little slower, but I'm not in a hurry. What I'm doing is basically organically growing the brand with the help of Bugsy up in New England.
Well, I'll tell you what. You brought up two things. Well, you said something twice that I really want to go back to it. But we're smoking right now the Pura Soul Box Press Maduro. I want to ask my guys here what their thoughts are. Seamus, what do you think so far?
First of all, I love a box press. It's it's not the first cigar that I've ever had, but I've always gravitated. If I can find a blend that I really like,
in a nice box press,
I'll always look for it in a box press. something about the box press that I just enjoy a little bit more.
Good construction. What do you like? I mean, right now, I know we just started. We're about maybe what an inch in, or if that. He's got the best palate of the three of us. Believe it or not, I just always get good tobacco and bad tobacco. But the kid knows his stuff when it comes to, like, you know, explaining things. And so, I mean, whatever you're getting right now, man. Listen, and one of the things that I said to Bugsy, I go into every cigar like I want to hate it. I really do, because I want that cigar to prove me wrong every time. You know. So, what are your thoughts, kiddo?
It's a great cigar. It's really good construction. The wrap relief is a really nice presentation, but it also has really good airflow. One thing that I did with this one, as opposed to most of the other cigars I smoke, is it's actually a V cut instead of a straight cut or a punch. So I think that helped it with the airflow a little bit.
I think it does too.
It's a nice wide opening. Yeah.
Yeah. I get
any flavors?
Yeah, a little bit of pepper on the retrohale, but maybe like an oak or like a heavier
little woodiness with something
yeah.
heavy on it. Listen, I tell you what, man. I'm gonna jump to Mike, and then I'm gonna give my last one. That Mikey, what are your thoughts? I know you're you like it, you don't like it, you say it flat out. I don't like it, you know. But
Mike is a
it's like
sledgehammer.
Mikey, he likes it. So when Mikey likes it, everybody's happy around here.
Yeah, but not everything is like.
No, I agree with that.
No, the presentation, I love the shape of it. That's why I like the box presses. The construction is good airflow. I think, like him, I think the difference is the V cut makes a difference with the box presses. Flavors, he's got the better palate than I do. I don't necessarily taste any pepper, but good, flavorful tobacco.
Rich.
Yeah.
I get some of that. You know what? And on me, real quick, because I mean, this show definitely is about you guys, and I want to go back to you guys, but it's also about the cigars that you guys are doing, and I really want to put out to this to everybody that's watching right now. First of all, Living Large, my main man from Chicago. What's up, Doug Balakovich, a real live actor, is watching right now. I'm super stoked. Howard, what's going on? Leo, hey, what's up, Leo? I love Leo, man. He is from Maryland. Fantastic individual. He's a great guy. So what I'm getting out of this, I'm gonna go into it. You know, you guys are watching me right now. No holds barred. This is me saying it. I think this rocks. I get a gorgeous, rich, well-aged tobacco. Excellent airflow. I mean, you mofos nailed this to a T. Just nicely balanced. When you walk the cigar up, you can feel it. You understand that it's a very well-constructed cigar. My palate is not great. I'm always saying I'm not a reviewer, but I get just a hint, like, you know, just a dash of that little pepper, nothing major. I'm getting some sweetness. I want to say it's almost like a little espresso-ish. I'm not 100% if that's the case, but I do pick up a little bit on that wood. It's just a little wood.
Definitely a rich flavor.
Oh man, I'm loving this. It's a Maduro. This is what I look for. I want a Maduro to not be wishy or washy. It's gotta be a Maduro. I can tell you, anybody who's watching, this is well aged. This is a true Maduro.
But this is not an overpowering Maduro.
No,
either.
not at all. It is a gentleman's Maduro. Beautifully balanced, excellently well. It's called the umami, as the Japanese call it. The
Exactly.
body and mouth is just awesome.
You nailed it. See, you're the only guy that identified that portion of the blend, and that umami is something that I like in all my blends. Umami gives you a kind of it makes you salivate. Some people use the term buttery, creamy. You know, you have tobacco that has more sodium than other types of tobacco based on the fertilizer that's used, or maybe the soil or the nature of the seed itself. But sometimes you get a kind of dry aftertaste in your palate. This makes you salivate. Cuban cigars give you an acidic quality that makes you almost salivate.
Well, here's something interesting.
That's
the umami, as you said, is when we look at cigars. I've had the pleasure of sitting with some amazing people, and now I'm going to go into your history in just a second. But when I explain, when people say, they don't want a full-bodied cigar, they don't want a strong cigar. Well, when you look at a cigar and you want to talk to maybe just a customer, as a retailer, I say, well, there's three things that are going to happen in your mouth and the physicality. One is flavors. You are going to get flavors. So that's the flavor profiles. The last one is the strength, which is dictated, of course, by the amount of nicotine and a couple of different criteria. But the physicality of what happens in your mouth, that salivation, that little burn, that hint of tanginess on the inner cheeks, all the physical aspects go back to the umami aspect. What is it doing in your mouth that you're like, wow, I love this? The silkiness, the velvetiness, all that craziness. Man, I gotta tell you what, God bless the Japs because they do know their stuff. But I'm gonna tell you, man, you got this thing. You got this.
Thank you. It's and I'm not lying, man. You're the first person in the cigar industry that talked about umami.
Well, I
identified that in this blend, which is something that I try to really have that finish. I'd rather umami finish than one that's high in sodium, which dries your mouth out. There's certain cigars and blends that you smoke, and it gives you a kind of dry kind of aftertaste. See, the aftertaste in a blend to me is just as important as the initial flavor and the effect that it gives you. I like to feel the smoke and also like the aftertaste. And I like to,
I love what you're saying.
Yeah, I mean, you can almost drink the flavor.
Well,
you know what I mean?
And you said something very interesting right there. We have done shows in the past where we're a company, different libations. We like good whiskeys, good bourbons. This really would pair well with what is the one that you like that's by McGregor?
Proper 12.
Proper 12 Irish whiskey, I think would be banging with this. Jameson's,
Actually, this would go good with a like an Irish cream kind of thing or something.
Yeah, a little creaminess to that kind of like the heavier flavors. Good dimension.
I was actually thinking something a little different.
I would do a Woodford with this, and I would love it.
Woodford, yes, but Lead Slingers. Because Lead Slingers has a really smoky
flavor
to it, and this has that little bit of pepper on the backside that would.
You know what I would not do? Anything on the heavy, peatier scotches, because that would be a fight. I love peaty scotches, but I would not throw them at them. When you guys do events, Bugsy and Robert, either one of you, do you guys ever do recommendations, for a lot of your followers? Hey, guys, try this with this cigar. I mean, what are your thoughts on pairings?
I probably leave that up to Bugsy.
Come on, Bugsy, you got it.
I only drink tequila, so you're talking to the wrong guy.
Oh, okay.
What do you like to drink, Bugsy?
Just tequila. Any like right now?
What kind of Russian are you? You're killing me, Bugsy.
I got
right now.
I got a Patron margarita right now.
And Patron, man, you need to stop. Where's the Don Julio? Where is the Robert, your guy is killing me. Your man is killing me, man. Jesus.
Well,
I'm Cuban and I'm a Don Julio man.
I got you.
There you go. I like.
Go ahead, Bugs.
No, I like that.
I'll tell you what. Here's the question I've been wanting to ask, and I know you said you've been in the industry. Folks would look at you and said, "He's a newbie. This guy just came on, doesn't know anything. Who the hell is Robert Wright?" But what people do not understand is that you've been doing this for 30 years. I'm going to put this out to everybody. Names like Davidoff, Camacho, Christian Aroa. I mean, you're talking Swisher Tobacco. You're talking Continental. These are companies you are affiliated with at one time or another or worked with. So there is a trajectory of tremendous knowledge. So tell us, man, 30 years deep. I love this. Tell me about it.
Well, I started, ironically, as a cigarette salesman back in the early 80s. And that lasted for about 2 years. And I used to see the Swisher cigar rep come around from time to time, and we developed a good relationship. But what I like about watching him was how the cigar salesperson kind of operated. You know, he had a slower pace. You know, he would sit down and he would have conversations with the owner, and it looked so mature. You know, and not too long after, they needed a cigar rep.
You're fired, Mike. Mike's phone is going off. Thank you, Mike. You're fired.
That's all right. They needed a cigar rep in the same area that I was working, and I jumped on it, and I just fell in love with the industry. I felt like a true salesman. You know, it wasn't about in and out the stores, put posters up, selling cigarettes. It's having a business conversation with a business owner and trying to find out how I can partner up with him to help him grow his business with the selections that I had. And I learned a lot with Swisher. And then I got involved with
Swisher that is the owner of Drew Estate. That's it?
Yeah. Same
that's
guy.
Amazing. So for you guys, if you were not catching on, that's one of the biggest boys out there. That's Swisher Tobacco. This is like huge money, and you were there.
Absolutely.
Wow,
yeah, I've seen the growth. They was basically domestic machine made, and then they transitioned into incorporating into the premium segment during the cigar boom, and that's they got involved with Nesta Plasencia. Swisher was one of Nesta Plasencia's first customers, believe it or not, and that's how they started really looking into the premiums. And I was part of the premium. Martin Brothers was the company that Swisher was doing the distribution for, and I got involved with that segment of it. And that's how I learned pretty much about premium cigars, how it's made, how it's blended, you know. And from there, I stayed with them for about 8.5 years, actually 9 years. And then I went and started working for Intercontinental Cigar Company for 8.5 years. And then Camacho Cigar Company for 4 years, Davidoff for 2 years, Asylum CLE Cigar Company for a year or two, and I started my own company and went on my own in 2013.
Now you mentioned Camacho, and I want to just briefly touch upon that. Now, is this was this the Christian era times, or that was after Davidoff's buyover? When was your tenure with them?
Oh, I was with Christian and started 2004, I think, till 2000, and I think he sold the company in 2000.
Was it 2010, 2011? So, yeah, 11.
10,
I think,
11.
Yeah. Man, I
worked my way up through the Camacho Cigar Company, became the VP of sales for him. Mm-hmm. And I was managing the sales team, and Davidoff wanted to buy him and bought him out. So then we got acquired by Davidoff, and during the 3-year integration period, I was managing Davidoff's sales team for about 2 years while we was trying to integrate the newly acquired Camacho Cigar Company. Hey, it's my man. Hey, what's up, Gabby?
There he is right there. And again, just real quick, Dr. Gabby, one of our stalwart supporters, loves you. He's had the pleasure of spending time with you. I'm telling you, man, that's another visionary. That's another powerhouse guy. I love the fact that I have a great allegiance with him. And I'll be brutally honest, that's my big brother right there. I love him dearly. If that man says, hey, man, I need you, I'm cutting myself in half to split it and go by his side. He's a great, great guy. Gabby, thank you, man. We have, real quick.
I love him too.
Asier Abad, one of the best reviewers and most sought-after guys in the industry from Spain. Asier, muchas gracias. Que Dios te bendiga siempre. I always do a little Spanish for everybody because we do have a huge following in Spanish. So muchas gracias a todo el mundo. Hoy estamos con Robert Wright y con el señor Bugsy Segal de Pura Soul Cigars. Muchas gracias a todo el mundo. I know, I got to, man. He says, there he goes again. Oh, man. And Doug Balakovich, a fantastic guy. I had the pleasure of meeting him years and years ago at the Padilla Lounge in Miami. I've never lost touch. Every now and then we run into each other on social media. What a nice guy. Just an amazing guy. And he's also an actor, so I love him. He's a great cigar guy, too. I apologize, but I had to bring up these boys. They're amazing supporters. Now, you said you were through to like 2011 with Camacho.
Yeah. And then we became we were acquired by Davidoff.
Correct.
And so I transitioned and started working with Davidoff. And Christian and myself, we were part of the integration period. And they relocated the company from Greenwich, Connecticut to St. Petersburg, Florida. And I was a part of that process. And I had the pleasure and the opportunity to learn, from Davidoff and be a part of the company and actually manage the sales team during that time period.
That's awesome. It's funny. I was actually talking to a good buddy of mine. I think in 2009, which you may remember this. It was IBCPR, but it was in Vegas. One of the last times I think it was done in Vegas, and I visited for the very first time. I was in the process of opening up a shop, and that's when I first ran into Matt Booth. Okay. And I loved Matty from day one. I said, look at this crazy lunatic. Also a Marine, by the way, which what's not to love about that? Seamus is a Marine. I'm former military myself. I'm Army. And then Mike's family, Air Force.
Yes.
So, I mean, we're all about, of course, anybody who serves. But Matt Booth was the most unique looking dude. Tattoos, the jewelry. And I said, really? How can you, bring something like that in? But then I looked over there, and then you have Pete Johnson, who was the rock and roll guy for Tatuaje, and then Oliva at the time had Jesus, what's his name?
Jesus wasn't.
No, Jesus wasn't there.
Yeah.
The young man, Sam Lecia, he was with Oliva. So, that's when these rock and roller guys who love cigars were coming on and bringing their inimitable style. And I said, you know what? That's what I love about cigars. Everybody's welcome, dude. This is awesome.
Mm-hmm.
It is.
I love your trajectory, man. So Davidoff brought you on board. Eventually, you said you did some work also with Asylum and CRE?
CLE, which is Christian's new company. After he sold to Davidoff, he had to I think a 3 or 4 or 5 year non-compete. Anyway, he started a new company, which is better known as the Asylum Cigar Company. But he manufactures the Asylum cigar line, the CLE cigar line, and the Aurora cigar line, which is his family's last name. And so, he would, from time to time, ask if I would consider coming back, leave Davidoff and coming back to help develop this new company. So it took me a while before I did that. But he said if I would do that, that he'll help me to establish my own cigar company and brand. And I thought for a long time, and I said, you know what, this is an opportunity that might not come again. And I was ready for it. You know what I mean? Not necessarily financially, but
Christian is awesome.
Yeah.
By the way, again, he's also a Marine as well. So former Marine, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, we're pretty awesome.
No.
Shut up, you're a bunch of jarheads.
Who, Christian? No, Christian's not a military guy. His father was.
Well, I knew someone was.
Yeah, his father was. His father was.
I get half a cookie only. I only get half a cookie. God damn it. Yeah. But it'll be right. But so Christian, when people hear his name, and this is something I'm holding here now, your rolling information that Bugsy sent me. Christian, his name, they're like, wow, legendary family. They left from Cuba, Honduras. Arguably speaking, in the entire market, the finest Corojo comes from the Aroa family. I mean, outside of Cuba, I mean, when you start looking at certain families that created a legacy with a type of tobacco, the Aroas just keep floating to the top when it comes to Corojo. The ownership of that, the creation of a plant that came very much 99.9% close to what would happen in Cuba. So absolutely, you got that combo with that guy. You're now deciding to do your line. Was it not just like a damn ring to a finger? I mean, it was perfect.
Exactly. I mean, it's a tobacco that I fell in love with, and it's one of the few tobacco plants that I find to be very complex in itself. Very few puros, to me, offers a variety of complexity if blended, filler, binder, and wrapper puro. But the Corojo is different. The Corojo has that umami, has that earthiness that Seamus had mentioned, which is
It's very rich, very
yeah, and
rich.
earthy. That's
Yeah,
the
very.
Honduran
You can
kind of
taste the
quality.
mineralities in it too, and I like
Exactly.
that.
Has a lot to do with the soil. You know what I mean? It's volcanic soil in the Hamastan Valley where the Corojo fields are. And a lot of companies, they fight for that piece of land. It's in a valley and it's a volcanic soil kind of soil. And that's where you get sometimes that kind of mineral quality. Maybe the umami comes from that too, because umami is said to have some sort of mineral metallic, not metallic, but almost like meaty. Like if you cook a piece of meat without
Yeah,
seasoning, what would it taste like? You know, it would probably
savoriness to it.
exactly a savory kind of makes you salivate. You know, again, I say salivate because that's what the Corojo does to my palate. But I like that. You know,
I'm fascinated by everything. I'm gonna stop because I want to ask again. I mean, Bugsy, I love that you sent us what you sent us, but right now I'm salivating for about 38 more of these. So, Seamus, I'm not gonna start with you now. I'm gonna go here, Mikey. What are your thoughts? We're about halfway in. Tell me about. Be brutal. Be direct, man. That cigar. What are you thinking? What are you enjoying about it?
The whole thing, all the way around. It does, like you said, make you want more because you're elevating. And that's a unique thing to find. Um, I'm now beginning to taste a little more of the minerals and stuff in the tobacco.
It's almost because once you hear about it, your mind begins to click
That
on,
could
oh,
be.
that's what it is I'm getting.
That could very well
know,
be it.
Because a lot of times, a lot of folks, Robert and Bugsy, and you guys please correct me, folks, you don't hear the terminology minerals or minerality. All you hear is earthiness. But there's something really interesting here. Seamus?
Along with what Mike said, it's staying kind of even. The flavors is it's not changing a whole lot, but you know those notes are there. Like you can definitely taste that earthiness.
Is it a friendly cigar for someone who's never smoked a Maduro but he's ready for one? Do you think that this is one that we would say, hey, you know, enough with that stuff. This is a great little Maduro that is going to take care of you. What do you think about that, Seamus?
Maybe
you have to give it to a seasoned smoker.
I mean, for us, we're very well seasoned guys. So
well, it's hard to look back on when when is that first
I feel that if someone's been smoking around the medium range, this is the cigar that I say, you know what? You're ready now. You are there. Here you go. Enjoy and be blown away with it.
You don't give it to somebody who's never smoked.
Right. I rarely ever hand somebody something that's got a lot of complex flavors or diverseness in it because they're not going to appreciate it. Like if you, Robert, tell me if I'm wrong.
It can actually turn them off.
You give somebody a Padron 1926 who's never smoked a cigar in his life, and he's not going to understand what he's got. So we can't do that. This is what I'm getting from your cigar. I'm going to tell you this much. I'm halfway in. I'm getting the correct dryness, like a perfect balanced martini. You almost want to keep sipping. You want to keep going. You want to enjoy more and more, but it's a perfect martini, so you got to stretch it out. And that's what this cigar is doing to me. I want to chug this thing, man. I want to get it like a damn yoo-hoo and just chug it. And I'm like, I can't. I got to enjoy this because it's delicious.
Well, do you do shots of whiskey?
I do. I've been known to do a number of shots of whiskey.
Do you?
No, I don't.
All right, well then treat that just like you would a normal glass of whiskey then.
These guys know I don't drink fast. This is beautiful, man. But you're not only doing a Maduro. You do a couple of things. So I know I'm completely obsessing right now on this, but I'm looking at a sheet. But Bugsy, you're distributing. What are this one's for you, Bugsy. What is it how many blends? What are you distributing? What's out there right now? What's your top one right now, Bugsy? What is it you are in charge of distributing?
Well, first of all, in our Pure Soul premium line, we have 5 premium cigars. We have pretty much the top of the line is a barber pole, which is unbelievable. We have the Maduro, we have the Honduran Corojo, and we have a Nicaraguan. So we, got all the regions covered pretty good. And it was about 4 or 5 years ago, Robert recognized the need to have something on the mild side because everything was, pretty much medium to full. And he came out with what we call the King's Treasure. It's an Ecuadorian Connecticut wrapper and a little sweeter than your regular Connecticut. And, we were on the Cigar Authority about a year ago, and I think they were pretty much blown away. They compared it to a Diamond Crown, which, at 2 times the cost, I'll take that.
Cigar, by the way, guys. When he said Diamond Crown, and Bugsy, I'm going to interrupt you again. Some folks out there, they may not know, but if you hear someone say that cigar is like a Diamond Crown, we're talking $16, $18 cigars, and I know the price point. I was floored when I looked at that. And I go, "You got to be kidding!" It's like half the price point for full enjoyment on that level. That's sexy. That's sexy right there. We got one of your guys recognizing you, Joe Moriarty, of course, saying, Bugsy, tell us about the barber pole. That was him. Real quick, also for our Mexican listeners, we got a great guy from south of the border. His name is Alberto Valencia. Alberto, te quiero, mi hermano. La gente linda de México. Que Dios me lo bendiga a todo el mundo de verdad. Again, love our Spanish listeners, man. They are amazing, amazing people. God bless them all. Alberto is part of a couple of good cigar groups down there. So if you guys think it's only happening up here, man, they got some knowledgeable people down south of the border. I love them. Forgive me, but you got to give credit to all our guys. Kevin Thompson, our big guy, and we call him big guy because he is big. Man, what a great guy. I'll tell you, man. He comes in at a cool 380.
No, he dropped.
He dropped. He's losing a little weight. He's losing weight. It'll be all right, man. But so 5 blends. You were talking about a sweet Connecticut. Now a lot of folks, when you say that, could be put off. Now, to me, I understand where you're going with that, but I think you mean the quality, the rich tastiness of that tobacco. Is that where you're going with that?
Absolutely.
Is what I'm saying, right? It's not.
Right, absolutely. So those are our 5 premium blends. We're kind of working on taking a blend. It's a Habano from our house blends, and 100% long filler. And we're hoping to get that boxed up and add that to our premium line. I think it's an amazing cigar, and especially for the price point. There's 6 different sizes, and all of them Keystone retail for less than $6. Which,
dude, you're killing me, Bugsy. You're killing me, man.
Everyone knows the $5 cigar has been gone for a while. There's only a couple I can think of, and this is really an unbelievable cigar. So, I guess for Pure Soul fans, look out for that in the future. And then we have our bundled lines, which are called Quality Selection and Special Selection, come in Connecticut, Maduro, Habano, and the Special Selection is a Sumatra. And for the price point, from $3 to $4 based on the size, people just think they're unbelievable. They're Cuban sandwiches, so you get the affordability with the great taste of a premium cigar.
So Bugsy, what you're telling me is you guys got cigars for the everyday blue collar guy, and you got cigars for the guys who want to, spend a little bit more, but still not break the budget either. I mean, you're a truck driver, you're an engineer. I'm a schmuck that does nothing all day long. So man, so everybody's covered. That's Robert. Where'd you get this guy, man? I'm telling you, I love this guy.
Bugs, he's just, I feel people, man, and he's just a sweetheart of a guy. He's genuine, and I like being around people like that. Just be yourself, and that's good enough for me. And he gives you, an honest participation. I mean, he has the passion, almost like I have about, my cigars. And I know that, not everyone is going to think or agree with whatever it is that I'm trying to present as a finished product. But after being in the industry for as long as I have been, I've learned, just the basic principles to blending. It's like cooking, I'm not an expert, but I like complexity, and I try to strive for that. And I also keep in mind that not everybody's palate is the same. I always tell folks, when I blend a cigar, it's not for everybody, right? But I have everybody in mind. That's why I like to keep the strength at about a medium. I don't want it to be overpowering, and I don't want it to be too mild. Also, like the idea of complexity, meaning use tobacco in the blends that identify different taste profiles. Some will have more of a spice or pepper or a little sweetness to it, but to me, that's pleasurable, just like cooking, I mean, if you're going to cook with just salt, I mean, it's boring. You got to add, a little hot sauce, a little pepper, something, garlic,
I'm sure
onions.
the first time the salt was used, it was fantastic. But soon thereafter, people were like, okay, what else is next? And I agree with that 100%. Man. Our good buddy Kerry is watching. Kirby Ahante, he does the Stogie Road Diaries. His show is truly what it's all about, man. Educational, on point. Kerry has had the pleasure of traveling to well over 300 cigar lounges all over the U.S. He does his own private brand of cigars, which are absolutely sublime and on point. The Stogie Road Edición 35. He's also a diehard supporter. That's my best bud and my brother. But hey, Kerry, man, I all the best to you. I love you. Charlie Sherman, he said he had his first Pura Soul a few years ago when Robert was at Twins in Londonderry, New Hampshire, and has been knocked over. So he's been hooked ever since. He loves you, man. That's Charlie Sherman. Moriarty again says Robert is always welcome back at Joanna's
Joe
Cigar
Mama.
Club.
Yeah.
Joe Mama's.
Yo,
Mama.
If anyone's ever up in the New Hampshire area, get in touch with me, and I'll bring you to the coolest smoking room that I've ever been to. It's at Joe Mama's, and it's done a really good job.
Joe Mama's, man. This is, dude. You guys gonna laugh at this. In Statesville, the coolest joint is my mom's house. My mom is 78 years young, bless her heart, and she smokes an average of 6 to however many cigars she does a day. She was in the industry herself for many years. So was my grandma and my dad's side. But my mom is the sweetest little old lady, and I mean this always with the deepest love. She's mi viejita. She's my little old lady. She's mi negrita. She's my little black lady. I love her dearly. But I'll tell you what, man. My mom will smoke many men under the table, like hands down. Like
wow.
But I love that place, Your Mama Cigar. Man, that sounds banging.
God bless her.
And we got Mili Mirabal. Hola, Mili. ¿Cómo estás, mi amor? All the best to you as well. So many wonderful people, man. Hey, you got followers, brother. You got people after you, Robert. That's fantastic. So, let me see here. One of the questions that I wanted to pose is, you are family based. You are basically wife, kids. I mean, you got who's involved? I mean, you're a true family-based business. Look at that, nice. Look at that shirt, man. I love that.
Joe Mama,
That's awesome. That's awesome, dude. So, tell me, Robert, who else is involved with you at home?
My wife, she does a lot of the administrative stuff, and accounts receivable. Bugsy, she helps me up in New Hampshire. Say it again.
She's the brains of the operation.
Yeah, you can say that. You can say that. Yeah, but basically, it's myself.
Behind a good man, there's got to be a good woman.
Absolutely. No, she's a trooper. It's a lot to take on. You're talking about the production, the manufacturing. I do. Obviously, a lot of all of that. But I need some help with, the administrative stuff, and I also need help up in New England, and it keeps me from having to travel, up north as often because of Bugs' involvement. It's a big help. So I can focus on, say, from Connecticut or Rhode Island down. And, that's what I've been growing. And slowly but surely, I'm growing the distribution. It's a brand that it's it's known in the Northeast, maybe not, further west. I have distribution in, different parts of the country, but it's done basically by word of mouth and or by maybe a visit or two. And it does it on its own, and I've been blessed to have repeat business based on the brand itself. It's a price, it's priced where a retailer would appreciate it for the
Very
quality.
retail friendly. Very retail
Yes,
friendly.
yes. Because listen, I understand there's a high premium segment in this business, right? I mean, that's what it's about. It's a luxury lifestyle kind of experience. And like with Davidoff, they spend a lot of money in marketing the product and the packaging, and they demand a certain price point, and like certain other brands. But you take the band off and you smoke a cigar without knowing, who's making it. A true cigar person is going to judge it based on the flavor profile, the draw, the aroma, the taste. You know what I mean? And that's what I focus on because like who am I, to demand $15 or $18 cigar? I mean, I can do that. I can introduce a brand and put a story behind it and put, dress it up really nice and fancy, and that's not going to make it attractive to folks. I don't approach my business that way. I got to kind of work my way up, so I give them something of value for a very reasonable price. I don't have a big overhead, so I'm not in this to make an abundance of monies. I'm in it to participate in the game and try to present something that I believe it's a nice experience for most people, and it's very affordable. I want more people to be involved in it than less. I think there's too many brands out there that's trying to get up in that price point, and I just don't believe that it has to be that pricey to be a good cigar.
I agree wholeheartedly. I live by a philosophy that you do not have to spend a lot of money to smoke a great cigar. Real quick, Joe Moriarty, shout out to Chuck Swafford at OC Cigars in Cleveland, Tennessee. So again, all the best to Chuck at OC Cigars in Cleveland, Tennessee. Of course, we do shout outs, man. Absolutely. It's the least that anybody can do. We owe everything we do here to everybody that's watching, man. That's the truth right there. Real quick as well. I'm gonna take a liberty. Right here. I didn't tell this to Bugsy. I hinted at it. I didn't, and you obviously don't know. But I'm gonna take a liberty here because I'm deeply, madly in love with what I'm smoking. My liberty is, I want to officially say, February the 8th, we are relaunching the website again. I'm very excited about that. This is going to be part of what you can find on our website. Beautiful price points, beautiful cigars. The entire portfolio of Pura Soul cigars will be on the Doña NOLI Cigars website. Super stoked about that, man. The more I hear about this, I mean, if I don't do this, guys, I'm gonna cut something off. I'm gonna shoot myself. I got to do it. I'm excited. It's the products that we look for because it's part of what you just said. We want everybody to enjoy it. We're not looking to put, the $20, $30 cigars in there. We have them. It's not a problem. But we want to work with family-based businesses that are doing it the right way. They're going against insurmountable odds to bring to everybody great cigars at great price points that are readily available. So February the 8th, when we relaunch, with your blessings, I'm going to go ahead and add Pura Soul cigars to our website. And we're going to begin introducing the hell out of them here in North Carolina because, it's my business. And I said so to everybody that loves good cigars.
Hey, man, Duncan, thank you. Hey, listen.
It's the least that you do, man. Are you crazy? I love this.
Listen, I'm going to put a package of all the premium cigars. We're going to go with the premium first, but you're going to be you're going to be shocked at the flavor and the construction on the bundles. People using my bundles as their house blend. And
I believe it. I believe it.
Bugsy, what's the most expensive size in the bundles? The Gordo. The Gordo.
$3.52 for a 6x60 Gordo. Keystone.
$3.
Keystone.
Less than $4 for a Gordo.
How big is it?
It's a Cuban sandwich.
20
60 by
pounds.
6. Now, let me tell you about the Cuban sandwich. A lot of people frown on Cuban sandwich. This is not
I
short
don't.
filled. It's not short filled, and it's not a mixed fill. Cuban sandwiches, the proper way of doing it, you put a long leaf in the middle, long leaf, and you do quarter and half leaves to build it up. The difference between why people like and buy my bundles from retailers down to the consumers is because we use quality wrappers. So we have a quality Ecuadorian, quality Habano wrapper, and a quality Maduro wrapper. This is not low priming. We're not talking about low priming wrappers. A lot of bundles, they use lower leaf on the wrapping, and that's why they sell it that cheap. Those lower leaves don't have that kind of flavor as the mid to the top. So the key to that is the construction. So when you smoke the cigar, the long leaf keeps the ash from falling. And when you cut the cigar, it keeps it from just spitting out little pieces of tobacco. So you're getting a well-constructed cigar, and the taste it's I'm telling you, it's pretty good. But that's another conversation. But I'm going to send you a couple of all of the premium blends that I have for you to sample and to smoke. I'll put something together for you guys.
Yeah, we do.
Great.
Appreciate it.
Very much appreciate it.
I'll tell you what, man. Real quick, to a cigar queen that is my sister, my beloved Miss Susie O'Neill. Big shout out. What's going on, gorgeous? I don't know if Jay's there, but my best to Jay, Max Alexander from Spartan Financial. There's no man. If you need anything, man, that's the guy I go to. Susie is a true cigarologist. I love you, Susie O'Neill. You're my sister. John Level, a true American hero. What's going on? Thank you for watching on YouTube. So everybody is watching, guys. Today we are with Robert Wright and Bugsy Segal, Pura Soul Cigars. We've been enjoying their box press Maduros. I'm doing everything I can to really just stretch this sucker out, man. I'm like, wow, dude.
So let me interrupt you for a second.
Go ahead, Bugsy. Go ahead. Please, go ahead.
That's just a little teaser right there, because that Maduro you're smoking now also comes in a Toro, a 54 by 6 Toro, and a 64 by 7 Gigante. So
it's got your knee written all over it. This boy right here, he's a truck driver now, but he loves his big cigars. Good time frame, good smoking. And then let's not even get into Thomas. Thomas would be all over that.
Yeah.
One of his best buds, dude. He eats 8x80s. I swear to God, he does. I've seen this kid kill an 8x80 in 45 minutes. I have no idea how he did that.
The 64 by 7 is the fastest of the three Maduro SKUs. 64 by 7 sells the fastest.
It's a lot.
I didn't want to go into the 70 or the 80s. Say it again.
I'll be honest with you. A 60 is about as much as I used to be comfortable with, but that 64 by 7, I can't get enough of it. So, I easily adjust it to smoking a 64 by 7. And one other thing, I told Robert, I said, geez, we ought to trademark the phrase, the best cigar you've never heard of, because that's how strongly I think of the Pura Soul cigars. And I'll also show you this. I showed Robert.
Look at you, the tattoo.
I said I believe in your cigars so much. I'm gonna.
He went got a tattoo.
I'll get some ink for you.
Yeah, how can you not love him? Huh?
He loves it. Thank God he didn't go any further else with it. I'm just saying, just putting it out there. It's a bit of a family-friendly show to an extent. I'm just saying. When he stood up, I was like, "Oh God, where are we going with this?"
No, Bugsy's true, man.
Listen, man.
Real good.
I'm stoked. We got something to look forward to here. Honestly, when we started this show, one of the biggest things that we really wanted to do was have fun. I explained to Bugsy the premise of what we do is it started last year with everything that was going on, and we wanted to make people laugh, have a good time, enjoy themselves watching our tomfoolery, and we're very happy that this year we started strong. You are the third in our series of brand owners that are boutiquers, that are doing it the right way. I think we started with Oscar Rodriguez. Then we followed up with Dr. Gabby Caffey. We have you guys here on. Our next one in February is going to be Fuad Kushadi, of Hiram Solomon's. That's a great friend and a brother of mine. So I'm looking forward to what this year is going to do for us. But now my question is, what happened 2020 for you guys that you're now going to say 2021 is going to be better because of? That's the question. How was 2020? What are you going to do 2021?
Well, 2020 was very difficult to project and to strategize because of the restrictions and the COVID. You had to kind of just, play week to week, curbside. They shut it down. You can't have events anymore. A lot of the businesses that I deal with, they rely on events to really, drive some of the brands. And when that was negated because of this COVID thing, it made it difficult. So what was good about it though, sales was better for me in most locations, not every location, in most locations. So
Okay.
the accounts that did well with me prior to, they did better, But when it came time to kind of evaluate how difficult introducing the cigar became, you realize that it was a hurdle to try to climb because of the restrictions. So how do you introduce a cigar without doing events? You know what I mean? Events was the key to getting people
Absolutely.
together and having and plus I'm a musician. So what I do sometimes is I perform at the events, with the sound system. I play the saxophone. So part of the brand is entertainment while enjoying a Pure Soul cigar.
But we haven't even told anybody that side of who you are. I mean, 40 years from my understanding, a musician. You played with orchestras. You played in concert halls. Dude, I mean,
it's impressive.
That's a beast right there.
Impressive.
I mean, God bless you on both counts, Robert. I honestly think that you're approaching this in a way that, as you said earlier, not a lot of people are doing it. I've seen this because as a retailer, as a consultant, and I've traveled quite a bit myself. I'm always shocked when I see I don't want to say it in a negative way, but when I see an upstart or a newbie just want to go full tilt, just want to create these insane conceptual cigars without having the knowledge base and understanding that it's not about pretty sometimes. It's not. And it's a good segue because Carrie, Lars Teaton, and I are doing a show this coming Thursday on sort of the marketing side of that. A lot of these guys, they see a pretty cigar. Oh, we can make this and sell it, and we're going to make a ton of money. I'd rather you make a good cigar that may not be the prettiest, but it's consistent, it's solid, it's going to keep me coming back to it and keep me at a good price, and you've now made a client for life. And I believe, I don't think, but I believe you nailed it. I mean, what you've got going on.
Thank you, man. I mean, it means a lot to me, because I've developed thick skin, over the last 7 to 8 years. Obviously, you can't make everybody happy. And what I realized, people have different taste sensors. So, I learned from being around Henke Kellner and a couple of other reputable blenders, not everyone tastes the same. Some people have super sensitive taste buds, others have sub-sensitive taste buds. You can't please everybody. But what I try to do is offer a quality product that's ready to smoke, and try to add combinations of tobacco that will present different qualities. You only really have 5 different qualities that you can identify. In the industry, they make it sound sexy. The dark chocolate, cinnamon, molasses, whatever, cream. You're talking about umami. You're talking about sodium. You're talking about what's the other one? Umami, bitter, sodium, sour, and sweet. That's it. You know what I mean? And what kind of sweet? What kind of bitter? Is it black pepper? If it's dark chocolate, is it cinnamon? And then the effect that it has in your palate. I look for that. Sometimes I smoke cigars. I'm not gonna mention them, and it does nothing to my palate.
Listen,
I like to
I'm
feel
with
my
you
smoke.
100%.
You know.
I'm with you. Sometimes, it's when we do the show, one of the things that I stress to a lot of the guys that either I bring on or when we smoke a cigar, most of the time we always give them a preface. We're not necessarily here gonna be smoking the product to fall deeply, madly in love. If we do, that's great. That's fantastic. We're gonna approach it like we're three guys in a cigar lounge. We went in, we got a cigar, we're gonna smoke it, we're gonna talk, and then we're gonna see. Will we buy this cigar again? Will we come back to it again? I'm with you. I got my guy from Mexico. He said, Mr. Wright, have you ever thought about working some Mexican tobacco? I'm assuming he's saying San Andres with your premium line, which, by the way, I'm a huge fan of San Andres.
Yeah, like
That's the San Andreas wrapper.
Yeah.
That's the San Andreas wrapper.
This one, ahí lo tienes, Alberto. El que estamos
Sí.
fumando es un San Andrés
Andrés.
muy delicioso.
Sí.
I love this, man.
With a Corojo fill-in binder, and I use 30% Corojo Ligero. I love Corojo.
Ooh.
Corojo is the foundation of most of my blends with Christian, and I have a barber pole that I use San Andres and Corojo wrapper, so you get nuances of the Corojo wrapper flavor and the sweet fermented San Andres, which gives you the little spice, but a little umami, the little sweet quality to it,
What anecdote? It's another question. What anecdote can you bring together that was cigar and music for you? Maybe an event that just sticks out in your head. I had the pleasure of meeting several times Master Abo Ubizian, and he's one of the very few people I've ever called master because he more than earned it. I had the pleasure in the year before he passed away to sit with him, talk, and one of the greatest gifts is I got a hug from him, and I've always looked at him as the pinnacle of the fusion of music and cigars. Any anecdote that maybe something like that, music and cigars, what has that fusion done in your life?
That's everything. I mean, I love music. I started learning how to play the saxophone when I was 13, and I fell in love with it, and majored in music. And when I got involved in the cigar industry, I found a lot of similarities in both, in that it makes you feel a certain way, Yeah, that's the cover, by the way. The top of the box. That's a silhouette picture with me and a saxophone. But
it's simple, but it's elegant.
Yeah, when you listen to music, it makes you feel a certain way depending on what you're listening. It might make you tap your feet. It might make you remind yourself, about an experience you had, a girlfriend. It could be sad. It could be happy. It develops a relationship with you through the ears. With a cigar, it calms you. It has a medicinal, for me anyway, it has a medicinal kind of effect on me. It relaxes me. I decompress with it. I can enjoy it in the company of friends, or I can enjoy it by myself. And when you put on a particular kind of music that you're feeling at the moment, it could be a blues, it could be a ballad, it could be a Latin thing. You might, want to kind of just groove and listen while you're smoking. It complements it. So I said, well, damn, what if I can bring that element at an event, perform while they're smoking? I mean, what better opportunity to have people listen, right? It's when you're sitting down smoking a cigar. Either you're communicating, you're talking, or you're listening, or you're looking. One of those three things.
I think that what you're saying, it's a multi-sensory experience. Because when you look at a cigar, man, it's visual. You're looking at it. It's a beautiful thing.
Keeps you engaged.
Mm-hmm. You're feeling it. You're smelling it. You're tasting it. And then the right music, that fusion, that serenity fusion, man. And I mean, we've listened to some stuff like from crazy metal to all kinds of stuff as opening music. And I'm all about it. I love music, but there's something that is multi-sensory. And I've always said this about cigars. Now, when you factor in music, man, it's a beautiful synergy. And I love that. Beto, espero que eso haya respondido tu pregunta. I hope that answered your question, Albert. I appreciate that. Bugsy, you were going to say something earlier, and I think I cut you off. I'm sorry, man.
No, that's all right. Robert, explain what's unique about the construction of our barber pole that I think, I mean, I love all the cigars, but this barber pole is just fantastic. And tell them why it's different than most barber poles.
Well, another reason why I decided to do this is because of Christian's participation. Christian, in my opinion, makes construction-wise, you know, there's no company that makes it better than Christian. I mean,
Well, he's a beast, dude. He's a
yeah,
beast.
he is. And it's filled. It's not underfilled. It feels hard, but it's an easy draw. All of his cigars draw very easy, and he's very meticulous about. Let me see if I can show you. This is the barber pole, right? See the
Nice.
cat?
Yep.
You know, he takes a lot of pride in how it's
It's a
done.
work of art.
See the inside portion of that? You see the dark portion on the inside?
Yep.
Remember I told you it's 30% Corojo Ligero?
Yeah, it's got that richness of that leaf that just definitely tells you, I'm going to keep a perfect cherry. I'm going to give you flavor. I'm going to give you intensity. I'm going to give you nuances. I love that.
Right, and that's the portion that makes it a little more intense, and you can feel it in your system. I like I said, it's a multi-sensory type of experience for me. That's how I evaluate a good cigar. How does it make me feel? How does it taste? How does it smell? You know what I mean? How easy and effortless it is for me to draw. You know what I mean? Does it burn fast? Does it burn slow? You know. And then ultimately, what do I feel in my palate? I like how, you know, I like to feel what I'm smoking in my palate, in addition to tasting it, you know. Then what do I taste? That's sort of like, you know, one person has their opinion and another person does. There's no wrong or right in it. Like I said, if you keep in mind, you got subsensory taste buds and super sensitive, subsensitive and super sensitive. That
Right.
means people gonna taste different. You can taste the same thing. Like my wife, she makes lemonade, right? She puts 2 lemons in a quart of water and a half a cup of sugar. To me, it tastes like water. I prefer at least 3 lemons and a little bit more sugar. I like a little intensity. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's definitely that's that northern lemonade. Because here in the South, it's like, dude, it's sugar and a little bit of sugar with some extra sugar in there. And if you have some, put some sugar.
Yeah, you know.
And then half a dozen lemons.
Yeah, I mean, so there's no right or wrong. You know, you got people that like a strong coffee, others don't. You know what I mean? So is there right or wrong? No. So you got to give them something that's constructed from quality ingredient and it performs well. And like I said, you know, you can't completely evaluate a cigar the first time. All right, you might smoke it again and it might knock your boots off. You might smoke it today and it might be okay. You might try this blend in a different size and you'll fall in love with it. The 64x7 Seamus might be, he might get up and say, "Oh my God," you know, because the size gives it a whole different taste quality. You know,
Yeah, I agree.
this I chose a Robusto because it was short and for the show.
Robusto tells you everything.
Exactly, but it's a little more refined and intense.
Yeah,
so you have more of an intensity.
think that when you're experimenting, I've done this when I worked with other shops. I'd say when a rep comes in, most of the time, look at what they're going to hand you. They're going to hand you a Robusto.
Exactly.
It tells you the story. Everything else afterwards, whatever your choice of smoking is, what you're going to bring in. But a Robusto is going to tell you pretty much everything you want to know about that cigar. And it's a very friendly size for that. I do have a question, and I noticed this on your band, on the design. Now, it's obviously the PNDS, but it reminds me of the treble clef. Was there a musical inspiration to that? I mean, was it the G clef? I know your music. I said, you know, that's beautiful. It reminds me, and again, for the guys who may or may not know, the clef, of course, usually the setup note at the beginning of the bars. That dictates the value of the notes that will follow afterwards, if I'm not mistaken.
Wow, listen to him.
I read a book once and I stayed at a Holiday Inn. I swear to God, that's all I did.
Yo, he tells me I had no friends when I was a kid. Listen to this guy.
I'm telling you, every now and then I read something. It's a comic book half the time.
Well, you nailed it. Yeah, that does. It did remind me of treble clef, and because of my musical combination or involvement into this, my philosophy about the music and cigars, I thought that it was neat. And then coincidentally, I noticed that there was a cross in it, and it wasn't by design; it was just by accident. And I said, "Man, that's cool as hell," because I'm not a religious guy, but I am, kind of spiritual. Especially when you're a musician, you deal with your emotions and you deal with things that you can't see, but you feel it. And I thought that was cool. So you got the P, you got the S. It looks like a treble clef, and then if you look, there's a little cross in there. That's cool. So I said, I like it. Simple, but yeah, it
Well,
has some connection to the music.
I'm
I got a different version. I got a different version of that. My wife's name is Paula, and last name is Segal. So I tell her, I said,
named after you,
I tell her it's your initial. So
Yeah.
and that's why you get away with doing what you do, then, right?
she likes that. Yeah, makes it easier for me.
Well, listen, fellas, I'm going to announce one more time. February the 8th, we relaunch our website. We're very, very excited about that. We've been working heavily to make sure that we have the right products. We're super excited about that. Pura Soul Cigars will be on our website as of February the 8th. I could not have asked for a better two guys to interview today or talk to. Let me wrap up with where are you at right now? I mean, what's telling you that last little bit?
So
'Cause I'm with you right there, man.
Yeah.
I'm about to hotbox this sucker.
Yeah, I was just gonna say I'm about to burn my fingers on this
Me
thing.
too.
It's
I
like
did.
smoking it to a nub. That being said, once you get into that final third and real close to the end, the flavor and the intensity kind of goes up exponentially.
It tells you how you doing.
It really gets its legs right there at the end, where all that flavor from the cigar burning all the way down, just like a culmination.
Yeah, I think it's one of those like, let me tell you how good this book is going to be, and you're reading and you're waiting for that, and it doesn't disappoint. It's not disappointing at all.
No, not at all.
Man, I'll tell you, I literally, I was grabbing it like this, and I burned myself, and I go, okay, switch to the tip. We're loving this. We're loving you guys for being here with us. I always want to say to everybody, many blessings to everybody out there. We've gone through a tough year. For anybody who was ill and you're with us still, God bless you. For those who are not, many blessings always to you guys. It's been tough all the way around. You know what? But it's with guys like you, Robert, and with Bugsy. I love dealing with brands that are doing what you're doing the right way, who understood the process, who have never forgotten. It's not about how much money I'm going to make. It's about how much of a good cigar can I put out there. And you nailed it, in my humble opinion. Bugsy, Robert, any parting words you guys want to drop on us? We'd love to hear you right now on that.
Bugs?
Like I said, I've known. I got to know Duncan. I'm a moderator on a website. I got to know Duncan there, and over the course of time, we just kind of evolved as internet friends. And after seeing your podcast, I love your enthusiasm, and you guys nailed it. And I thank you for the opportunity.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And this guy, Robert Wright, he'd be my friend if I didn't work for him. He's like one of the greatest guys I've ever met, and I thank him for that.
Thank you. Duncan, I've met a lot of people in this industry, some that have podcasts and, retailers. And again, I feel people. I don't look at what they have on. I don't look at, I see through all that.
Hey, Goodwill, $6.99, baby. I'm telling you, very proud of it. $6.99.
But you seem to be a straight up, genuine, good guy, good person, man. And I'm honored that you have me on the show. I'm glad that Bugsy reached out to me and said, "Hey, man, you gotta do this." There's a guy named Duncan that has this podcast, and I would like for you to meet him. And I'm very, very blessed that I've met you, and I think this is the beginning of some potentially good things for us both. So like I said, I'm open to, whatever you might have in your mind. And if I can help you, I will. You already offered to, put me on the listing, and I really appreciate it. So, like I said, I'm gonna send you a variety of different things. Also, these are your two smoking buddies, right?
These guys right here are the ones that keep me in check, man.
Partners
Okay.
in crime.
Yeah, dude. Every now and then I feel a right cross and it's him, a left cross and it's him.
Okay.
So these are, I mean, honestly, from day one that we set up a little shop in the heart of Statesville, day one have never once come in without just total support. These are like my kid, my brother over here. These are most fantastic people. But you need people like Bugsy. I need people like that because they keep you in check. They keep you solid, and they truly. I couldn't do this without them, man. Honestly, man.
So what's I might not be able to. What's today's the 3rd, right?
Yeah.
Maybe I can get it before February 8th. I'll see if I put something together for all your guys to kind of sample a little bit of what I'm doing with the different blends, and that way you can have.
We'll have it on the show again.
We appreciate it.
Whether you guys are on or not, we definitely do it. So what we normally do is when that happens is we always use your logo. We say today's segment, today's show, we're smoking X. So we revisit a lot of stuff from a lot of different brands that we support and have support us. So it may not be with you guys again, but we'll be like, hey guys, remember this is what we're doing and this is the cigar. So that gets revisited throughout the entire year. So over and over. Make no mistakes. We got your back. Hey, Bugsy, this one's for you, by the way. My uncle is Jewish, so Baruch Hashem Adonai. I'll tell you what, Bugsy knows. My uncle would kill me if I didn't throw that in every now and then. Blessed is he who comes in the name of the Lord always. So you guys have come in the name of the Lord, and I appreciate that a lot. Man. Thank you very much. Hey, Mike, you wanna leave anybody with anything?
Well, if you get a chance to try this, you need to do it.
We're smoking the same one.
No, I'm talking to the people out there.
Oh yeah.
Have you seen this? Have you heard about this?
I tell you, these guys keep me in check. But it's not what it's going on up there anymore, man. It's losing it. So, like Mikey said, if you haven't smoked it, for God's sakes, start screaming for Pura Soul cigars everywhere. Seamus, what are your words?
I have a couple of quick questions.
In sub-segments, so it should take about another 30 minutes. Go ahead. He does that all the time.
Robert, working for Camacho, what was your favorite cigar from their line?
The Diploma.
Say again?
Camacho Diploma.
Yeah. Okay.
It's a very full-bodied cigar that they did. And I had the pleasure of smoking an original blend that my good buddy Kirby Hunter found the box of. And let me tell you, that was insane.
That's the one with the triangle.
Yes, sir. I have the original box. I have that box. Go. The wooden one, not the shiny one, the back in the days one. That whole thing was a phenomenal smoke.
And the second question that I have is, do you offer half boxes or anything, something like that? If somebody wanted to try like a half a box of one and half a box of another, or do you have like sample packs that you put out every now and then?
Well, I'm set up as a business-to-business company. I don't sell directly to.
When we're set up, I'll work something out for him when we're set up. So to answer that question, I'm going to jump in real quick. Guys, what you can do is send me an IM. I'll work it out so that if you are looking for something like that, I'll be able on my end to do that for you guys. If you reach out to Robert, he's going to just kick you back to me. So when that happens, I'll put something special for anybody. And on the website, what I'm going to do is I'm going to set it up so I'll create some special packs as well. So once we're set up, then 100%, I got you covered in that, Robert. No worries.
Yeah, and I have Bugs give you my my direct contact, and we can talk about how we can get that done.
Not a problem. Does that answer your questions, or are they more like subcategories?
No, that's it. I'm done.
Jesus.
I got a question.
What's up?
Did you hate it?
Dude. In the words of a great guy called Kevin Shahan, it did not suck. I love this cigar, dude. I'm about to chomp on it.
Oh, man.
God bless you guys. Listen, we always say this, smoke well, because we do. And this is exactly why, everybody. Robert, Bugsy, God bless you all. Have a great evening. And listen, everybody, thank you for watching. On behalf of Los Tres Maduros, it's because of you guys that we do what we do. Have a good one. For God's sakes, go to your families now, you bunch of crazies. Take it easy.
Take care. Hey, it was a
Take care.
pleasure. Good night, guys. It won't be the last time.